Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
The Road Network, that's a stock in focus on the back of the company being referred to NCLT for liquidation by creditors 10 months after being listed. Now, a lot of issues really to discuss. Remember, the listing price was in excess of around 200, and from there, the stock has been downhill. To discuss that and more, we're currently joined by Mr. Bajrang Kumar Choudhary, the MD of the company. Thanks so much, Mr. Choudhary, for joining in, sir. First, I wanted your comment on this. You came to the market, you raised some money just a short while back, and from IPO to NCLT, from a shareholder's point of view, it's quite horrific, if I could say that. You tell us, sir, what's going on there? You have a couple of these parties, a creditor, Religare Finvest, who is, has moved NCLT. What's your response on this? You're contesting it, I believe. Give us your version of it.
Well, I don't think so. It's too concerning for us because, if you see the amount is small and, there has been a dispute with Religare on that. And both sides, are trying to sort of resolve it. And we are quite hopeful that, we'll be able to resolve this between us. So I don't see this as a major concern for the shareholders. And on the business front, I mean, businesses, as we are doing good in terms of traffic growth, in terms of the sort of the revenue that we see for the company. So this small piece of NCLT issue which has come up, I'm sure we'll be able to resolve it and shouldn't be that concerning to the shareholders.
Okay, so how soon do you expect a resolution so the case can get withdrawn from the NCLT, Mr. Choudhary?
Sorry, I've not been able to hear you properly.
No, how soon do you expect that you can resolve the matter with Religare so the case can get withdrawn from the NCLT?
I think in the next couple of months, I think we should be pretty much okay, be able to resolve this.
Okay. You also spoke about, that business is fine for you, your traffic is good. But if you look at the profits, they're largely flowing through from your other income. This does not appear to be operational profits. When do you think the company can start posting operational profits, not purely an account of another income pass through?
See, if you just to take you through, the format of the business itself, most of our business, is in the underlying SPVs. So the toll collections that we get, we do get those into the SPVs, and BRNL as a sponsor and holding, holding company for these assets. I mean, you don't get to see those toll collections on the consolidated results of BRNL as yet. So most of the revenues are in the underlying SPVs, and most of our SPVs are also sort of having operational cash flows, barring one or two. As far as the business is concerned, we do believe at the operational level we are pretty much okay. We are doing good. Our traffic growth has been healthy for the last year. Even this quarter, last quarter, we had seen a healthy growth in traffic. And in terms of a dividend flow, we expect to see that upstreaming happening probably year or two onwards from here, where we'll see cash flows getting upstreamed from these SPVs, from these assets to BRNL. So from that perspective, I think most of our assets are in a decent sort of phase of operation at this moment.
Okay, all right. Mr. Choudhary, I want to ask you about two projects. One is your Sholapur toll project. Now, you had raised some money, and a smaller part of that, close to around 10% if I'm not mistaken, was to be utilized for this project. When can we expect completion of this project? So that's the first project that I'm asking you about. The second part is the Odisha expressway. Now, that was surrendered to NHAI, right? Is there anything expected? I mean, will the company get anything from there?
That's right. Yeah, we'll get a decent amount of compensation from there. I mean, obviously the idea was to foreclose that and get for an amicable settlement, but which didn't happen. So we have moved for arbitration, and that is pretty much ahead in terms of the process. So very soon we will see some sort of
give us a few numbers, sir. What is that amount? You're talking about a decent amount, arbitrary amount. What could that amount be with regard to this Odisha Expressway project? And also, if you could give us clarity, sir, on the other project that I asked you about, the Sholapur toll project. Go ahead, sir. Over to you.
Yes. Yeah, in Odisha Steel, I think, the compensation that we will get, we are confident of anything which is close to around north of 300 crores. If you see, we are invested close to around 200 crores. So the compensation that we get should be more than 300 crores. In Solapur, if you see, the project had got delayed initially because of some land acquisition issues that we had faced. We are pretty, around 70% through in this asset. And we can get a PCOD when we are 75% through in terms of the overall stretch, which we expect to be done by November, December. So this financial year, we should be able to start tolling for our 75 kilometers. And we expect the whole 100 kilometers to be up and running by March 19.
Okay. Back to the Odisha Expressway, you are asking for 300 crores, right, by way of compensation. How much is the NHAI saying they are willing to pay you?
No, we are saying that, we have asked for 800 crores.
Okay.
It's not NHAI willing to pay us. I mean, we have moved for arbitration. We are in the arbitration process. And we do expect, a favorable decision to come in our favor.
Okay. Let me move on to another topic. The IPO proceeds, the money that you raised, it was used to repay Shrey for sponsor funds, for some interest-free debt. Some stakes were also raised in a couple of projects like Odisha Expressway and, the Solapur toll. It almost appears that the bigger beneficiaries were the Shrey shareholders rather than your company, Bharat Road Network shareholders. If you could comment on that.
Yeah, if you see the object of the IPO that we had, I mean, obviously as BRNL, we were in the phase of consolidating our stake into these different SPVs. And a major part of the stake was lying with Shrey. So one of the objective for which we had raised capital was to sort of consolidate our holding into these SPVs. And that's what we did with buying out the shareholding and the sub-debt which Shrey had. So it was very much in line with the objective that we had while we went out in the market to raise capital.